examination, and that can make your federal.
Okay. Sorry, can you introduce yourself and let's we want people out there to know how you're able to make your C2 and what you can do to help them.
Hello, good evening, everybody. Okay, my name is Madam Ugo. Can you hear me, everybody?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you. We can hear you. Yeah.
Très bien. All right. So my name is Madam Ugo. So I actually made them C2s in my TEF. I made C2 in my listening. I made C2 in my reading, then B2 in my listening, in my speaking, and in my writing. Now, I can tell you one thing. French is actually easy to learn, and French is also very easy to understand, particularly when you have a very good foundation of the English language. Because the truth is that 55% of English words were derived from French. Now, I come from a mathematics and strategy background. So in everything I do, I use strategy. So one thing I discovered about French language and what helped my journey, in addition to the fact that I poured myself into it and, dedicated my all to it, I used a strategy. And the strategy that worked for me was, I first of all set out to discover most of those words that are French, that also have English meanings. For example, we have words like, say you want to say transmission, passion, obsession, and so on and so forth. As a matter of fact, most words that end with double S-I-O-N in English mean the same thing in French. Most words that end with T-I-O-N in English mean the same thing in French. If you start by that elimination method, you can see that you have even gotten your words, your database of words in French, almost 20%. Then the next thing you work again on is your verbs. There are so many verbs in French that have close meaning in English. We have words like commencer, to start, commence in English. We have words like débuter, the same thing in English. We have words like résumé, to summarize, resume, our resume, CV. In French, résumé means to summarize something, finaliser, to finalize, observer, to observe, limiter, to limit, and so on and so forth. Now, what I teach students, I don't just teach you the French language. I teach you the strategy that will help you to pass the TEF examination. Because TEF is like...
Ugo, yeah. Wait a minute before I share the strategy. This is my, you know what? Because a lot of them are like, it's impossible. I'm too old to study. I'm too old to study French. I'm this and that. Exactly. Because I remember I met you like almost a year ago.
Yes.
And I look at your journey. I look at your progress. I've seen a remarkable changes. And you are now a tutor in French.
Yes.
So the basic thing is this. What we are looking for here is just basic to intermediate for them to get to their 70 point.
Yes.
So tell us what it takes to get to that. For example, let me give you what we are looking for here is B1 in speaking, listening B1, then reading A2 and writing B1. So how can that be possible? Or let's say B1 across all bands. How can that be possible?
That is absolutely possible within 6 months and even less than that. As a matter of fact, I have empirical evidence to back that up. I can give reference of my existing students today who joined like 3 months ago. They are in A2. In fact, they are concluding their A2 and they are all speaking French as we talk today. As a matter of fact, my session is interactive. It's not just an ordinary online Zoom session. It is an interactive online Zoom classes. One of the students, which you KSA referred to me, till tomorrow, she still sings my praises to high heavens that honestly, that when she started the journey, that she was a little bit skeptical that, it was going to be difficult. But I made her understand that French was the easiest language to learn more than anything. Madame Uru today is a testament to this. She's soon going to write her TEF examination. Yes. She's soon going to write her TEF examination. I've already given her May date. All right. So what I'm trying to say is this. When the teacher focuses on the foundation, the main thing. Now, let me tell you one thing. Most language schools, what they do is this. They teach you using French textbooks. And most French textbooks, if, for example, they want to talk about adjectives, they want to teach you anything about adjectives, they will tell you about a particular Monsieur Dupont who has a black cat and a red house. We don't need that story. Tell the students why, when you're using adjective, how are you going to place the adjective? If you want to say Mr. Dupont has a black big house or a big black house, how is he going to place his adjectives? So French works by rules. What are those rules? These are the things the students need to know. But most of these French learning centers, they will take you through the rudiments of the textbook, wasting your time unnecessarily. No, my own is the pure academic work. You will understand that if you want to use your adjective, if two adjectives you want to use, for example, maybe to describe body size and to describe color, that the body size should come after the noun, then the color should come, the body size should come before the noun, then the color should come after the noun. Big white house.
Ugo, wait. This is exactly the same thing in English language. When exactly. In English, the same thing. When you're talking about Concord. So these are some of the things you use. Okay, you know what? I'm so happy you are joining us today. You are a living testimony that in reality, Nigerians can get this French thing done.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Today, I have almost 50 students on my online platform, purely online, people I have not seen before. And they all have testimonies, to say about this. Now, even the A1 students that just started on the 20th of February, a lot of them have started making simple tenses in French. As a matter of fact, there is none of my students now that can mix their adjectives together. It's not even possible because they know the ones that should come before the noun, after the noun. They know the rules of the numbers, that in French, your adjectives also must conform with the plural form of the noun you are trying to describe with your adjective. These are the things that the students need to know. I have seen students who have gone to the so-called big places come to me, and I do evaluation for them, and I discover that these basic skills in their foundational French they should have, they don't even have it. And these are the things that give you more mark in the exam. For example, we have prepositions in French and preposition a, that is to in English, or at. And we have a preposition do, which means of or from in English. How do you use that with a masculine noun or a feminine noun? What happens to them? These are the things the student need to know. All right.
Okay.
So by the time
somebody's already asking, how do you join your class? Somebody's asking, how can they join your class?
Okay, they can send me DM and I will respond to their DM, or call my number on 0803 77 44441, or you can send me WhatsApp message on 0803 77 44441. We already have an existing A1 class, so you can join the class immediately. And for those coming from KSA, I have a special thing I'm going to do for them. And for me, it just doesn't stop at you being my student. I hold your hand because I have been in your shoes before. And I have also written the exam. And if you want a copy of my result as a proof, there is no problem. If you want reference of my students who are still attending the class to ask them, how is this teacher? You can ask them. So
okay, Ugo, this is a brilliant one. My focus is, all these things we are talking about is fine.
Yes.
The goal is that they need to get that TEF to make it to Canada. So what's the secret about the TEF? So how will you take them through the TEF to make it so that they can make it?
Okay, good. Now, I have seen that even though what you are, for the people who are maybe on the edge of 67, 66, and they are hoping to get the minimum basic. What I teach them, even if they do only 5 months with me, they will get to intermediary. They won't just even be at the basic. I make the language so interesting that you want to even know it better, even though what you're targeting is B1. But if I take you, you're going to get more than that B1 that you're targeting.
Oh, great.
And what is that strategy? That strategy is to make sure, one, I focus. Most of my questions that I ask in class are tailored around what TEF people are looking for. It is tailored within the rudiments of how the exam is set, including the class examples you give, including the conversational classes that we have. Because even before you write the TEF, immediately after your A1, we start doing conversation. In fact, before even finishing A1, we start doing conversation classes. Because you need to start building your confidence even earlier before the examination. So these are some of the tricks. So I make sure that the tasks that we do in class, because the class is always very interactive. So the examples we do in class, the classwork that we do, the assignment that we do, they are all tailored around the TEF lingua. So nothing is going to wait until your exam is at the corner. No. From day one, you're already being exposed to the tips and tricks of the TEF exam. Because you know one thing, TEF is just like someone who speaks English and you just go and sit ITS exam because you think you speak English, therefore you pass. That's not true. You need to understand the strategies of the examination before you can write ITS and pass it well. It is the same thing too in French, the la même chose. All right? So there are people who are even francophone. Give them the TEF exam to write. They will fail it.
That's true.
Are you getting my point? Good. So now, the beauty of TEF. Now, can I tell you this? TEF is actually easier to pass than ITS. TEF is easier to pass than ITS. Oh, yes. TEF is easier to pass than ITS.
Hugo, let me launch it for them. Okay. According to Hugo just mentioned to us that TEF is easier than IAS exam.
Yes.
So that's the secret out of the bag again for you guys.
Yes.
But somebody just said that is true. Okay, I'm going to bring her on board. Let me bring her on board. So for 1401 lady, I want to bring you on board to join us as well. Okay. Can you join us? We want to go live with you. This is interesting. So I'm bringing her now. So go ahead while she joins us. So go ahead.
Yes, TEF is easier to pass than ITLs. And I don't want to say too much, you know, so that I don't go and leak too much secret and the people will not start making the exam comme ci, comme ça. Do you understand? But believe you me, where you need to work on in your TEF is actually your speaking and your writing. If I take you listening and reading, you will even score C1, C2. But where the work is needed is in your speaking and in your writing. And these are the areas I pay more attention to. All right? And tell you the basic foundation that you need so that even when you are sleeping, I teach it in such a way that you need only little cram work to do. So it's not a function of cramming, it's a function of understanding the strategy. It's a function of understanding how it works. All right? So once you understand those, you know, basic rudimental principles of French, it will be very easy for you to the extent that whenever you are constructing a statement in French, one thing you should know is that French is not like our English. There is a way you will translate from English to French. There's what we call Inglibo. Sorry, I'm an Igbo. So there's what we call Inglibo, when your English is sounding like Igbo. So there is also a way where you do English French. So French is not like English. So there are some things you need to translate in French. You need to translate it the way French people translate, not translating like an English person. So these are the things that I teach the students in my class. So that when you write your TEF examination, the examiner, even when you're not speaking very massive grammar in French, but all those simple rules of your preposition, did you use them well? Did you use your articles well? Did you obey the plural forms of your adjectives when you were doing them? Did you obey the plural form of, okay, the body size, the height, you defined it before the noun, the color, the shape came after the noun, and so on and so forth. Do you understand?
Hugo, wait a minute. Yes. I want somebody to join us. Lady 1401 lady. That's your ID on IG. Please, I want you to join us as well. So you know one thing. I've been getting a lot of TEF results from people, but coincidentally, speaking and listening has been the most challenging. These two are the most challenging.
Yes.
Because I've seen lots of results for TEF, and that drops them considerably. So that means your focus is going to be how they can get that strategy to passing those two modules. Perfect.
Yes, correct. Now, talking about
sorry, please. Sorry, please. Oh, read Dimeji, can you join us? Another person is testifying that TEF is easy. It's easier than. So I want people to. This is a belief moment. This is really a belief moment. I want people to share their experience. Okay, so go ahead. Hugo, we have just like 10 minutes more. I want Nigerians to believe it's achievable. Go ahead.
Brilliant. All right.
Interesting.
So, yes. So now, for TEF listening and reading, they are very easy to. In fact, you may not even know how to speak and write, but you can actually smash your reading and your listening in TEF. where the work is in your speaking and in your writing. And that is why they are the two areas where I focus on, speaking and writing. Now, if you can't write well, you cannot speak well. Let me tell you the stages in learning of the language. Time will come when you know so many things. You know how to conjugate your verbs. You know how to place your adjectives, but you lack the confidence to produce what you know orally. And what will make you produce what you know orally is by practice. There is a French proverb that said, c'est en forgeant qu'on devient forgeron. C'est en forgeant qu'on devient forgeron. That is, it is by practice, by being a forger, by forging that you become a forger. So, which invariably means practice makes perfect. So, what is that practice that makes perfect? I introduce everyday issues in class as a topic of conversation. Okay, for example, the class I had yesterday evening with my B1 students was the government has decided to make COVID-19 vaccination compulsory. What is your opinion? This is a topic everybody can relate with. And they air their opinions in French. And another thing I teach them, another strategy, another winning strategy in TEF speaking is this. By the time you know a lot of words, you can say one thing in two ways. Meaning, if, for example, you want to say something in French and you're hooked, you don't know how to say it. Because there are so many ways you can make that expression, you will find a way to maneuver and say it in such a manner that the words can come out of your mouth easily. So what I do in class is this. When I give them a topic for discussion in class, I tell them, limit your speaking within the confines of the words that you know, so that you can even start by speaking couramment, speaking fluently. Then with time, you start building your big vocabulary. Of course, before the test exam, I curate. I don't just select. I carefully curate vocabs that I want the students to learn. Now, whether anybody is even registering with me or not, I'm going to give 3 tips here. Number 1 tip, you see ER verbs in French, please, by all means, in all getting, get it. Wherever you're going to learn your French from, try as much as possible. If all the verbs you know in French is, say, 80%, let the 80% be ER verbs. Make the 10%, yes, make the 10% second group verbs. Then the remaining 10%, share it amongst the regular verb and maybe the third group verb. You will pass your test. You know why? ER verbs are very easy to conjugate. And they are the ones that have the closest meaning to English language. All these pénaliser, limiter, observer, and so on and so on. They were all derived from the English language. All right? And in conjugating them, they are very easy to conjugate. Whether you're conjugating them in the present, whether you're conjugating them in the past tense, whether you're conjugating them in the future tense, they are very easy to conjugate. Now, when you now go a step further and graduate into future sentences, they are also very easy. Now, let me also give you strategy number 2 in TEF. When you are doing your writing or your speaking in TEF, make conscious effort that when you're speaking, inculcate one imperfect, inculcate one future statement, inculcate one subjunctive. Now, of course, future, like future tense, like we have it in English, just like when you're speaking ITLs. In the future, I would like to blah, 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 blah. Make it intentional habit to inculcate that both in your speaking and in your writing. Because you are marked across the diversity of your usage of your grammar structure. It's not just that you're speaking in one, maybe just passé, composé, and présent. No. Incorporate past tense, incorporate future tense, and incorporate subjunctive. Many people say subjunctive. Subjunctive is an expression in French that is used when you want to make a wish, you know, or maybe when you're not sure of something you're talking about, uncertainty, all right? Now, a lot of students complain about that subjunctive. There is a shortcut I built. I'm not going to say that shortcut in the class because nobody is paying me for it.
So there is a shortcut to it. You know, this happens to be an impromptu visit. I think we're going to be doing something like this, or so that Nigerian can, so that people can believe in themselves that they can actually get this language. Because
absolutely.
A lot of Nigerians believe, oh, French is an impossible mission. And clearly, a lot of them are on 68, 67 with Saskatchewan. And what they just need is 2 points to cross over to 70.
Easy breezy.
And exactly. What
In
they
my
need is
class,
basic.
can even be achieved within 4 months. 4 months is even too far for A1. It's too. See, if they do 6 months, you can get B2 in my class.
See? 6 months,
yes.
B2. Wow.
I
So
did
that
it
means
as an adult with family at the age of 40 plus. Then why can't anybody here do it?
So that is A1, A2, B1, B2. Perfect.
Yes.
So I know a lot of people want to connect with you. They've been asking for your number, and we've actually shared your number. So they might be reaching out to you. I think what I'm going to be doing on every month, that's yourself and myself, we're going to be on the show. You're just going to talk about French.
I am available.
So it's just like, it could be just a 30-minute French discussion. We just pick a topic, share with people. We want Nigerians to start having that culture of this language thing. Not only English, we need to start building our French language as a Nigerian as well. And one thing the mistake people are making is this: when you land in Canada and you have French as additional language, you are hot cake in the market.
Yes, absolutely.
You are hot cake in the market. So Ugo, I know it's important to you. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to prepare something on my show every month. It's going to be French weekend.
I am available. All right,
wow.
Thank you.
So thanks a lot. Right. So thanks everybody for joining us today. So connect with Ugo. She's a French tutor, and other people that have shared their line there as well. Connect with them. They're going to be of help. So thank you all for joining me today. Bye for now.
Bye.